Maybe.
Now we're being seen. Around the world on our live video stream. That's available to you as of now at talk973.com or talk1041.com. Top middle of the page is where the link is located. On your mobile device, you'll get to it by firing up YouTube and putting Mornings with the Leaderman, Leaderman all one word, spelled like it sounds, into the search. And we should appear at the top. Seems like YouTube have a lot of things called WEEB. Most of it's old wacko music from would-be DJs, but we're the original. That's the one you want. You'll see our logo. Yep, and if you want to get just our audio stream, that's easy too. Fire up a streaming app. Usually one comes with your phone, but if not, you can get TuneIn, iTunes, or Streama. They're all free and available at your app store. Just put WEEB into the search parameters, or you can go to our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com. Upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says On the Air Listen Live. Click that once, and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area is going to be not too bad today. Partly cloudy with scattered showers. 40% chance, high around 80, which is a far cry from yesterday. Anyway, the dew points will be in check. Tonight, partly cloudy with scattered showers, a low of 66. Friday, those dew points start inching up, mostly cloudy with scattered showers likely, high around 83. And for Saturday, partly cloudy with showers likely, high of 83. And then Sunday, all the worst of Mother Nature falls out of the bottom. It's going to be partly cloudy, scattered showers, 89 for a high, dew points into the oppressive range of 70 and up. Monday, more of the same with a high of 91. Tuesday, 90. And Wednesday, 89. So that's where it gets the real hot and sticky for you.
All right.
Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are calm, visibility 8 statute miles, pressure is 3010, dew point 60. Humidity 100%, is sunny and 60 right now here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, 7:35 past the hour on this Thursday morning. A couple of things happening since last night. Rashad Brooks alleged, the cop that chased him down and shot him has been charged with 11 counts against him in those actions. The DA, if you sit there and listen to him, painted Rashad as a perfect saint there. Not the fact that he was out on probation. He knew if he got arrested, well, that would violate his probation, and back to prison he'd go.
Yeah, he was going to jail. That's why he bucked up and ran off. So now he's not going to jail. What can you say?
And did the police act within the confines of the law? It's for a jury to tell us. But they've charged officers, I think they said 11 times so far in the last so many years in Atlanta. And all 11 of the officers walked.
Well, if they're going to do what they're doing here, which is outlandishly overcharge things, and 11, I didn't even read all the 11 counts. I can't think of 11 things that they could charge him with. But, yeah, if they're going to do that.
The worst one was murder.
Right, yeah.
That carries the death penalty if they seek it.
Yeah. And they, well, I don't know if they'll do that, but yeah, it's just outlandishly stupid. Everything, but not everything, because up to the point where they went to take him into custody was almost textbook. You could use that for training film on how to handle a drunk. The two of hey sir, Mr. Brooks, need license, register, et cetera, the way they perform the test, et cetera, right up until the point where he resisted arrest. And, it's...
overpowered 2 cops.
Well,
cold cock one of them.
You
stole
can
the
sit
other
here and
gun.
second guess what was done after that, till the cows come home. But you know what? I'd like to get old Simple Simon there, and yeah, hey, there you go, buddy. Let me see you subdue that guy and put some cuffs on somebody that doesn't want to be cuffed. Yeah. It is hard, even when you do it in training. You know, you can't just go. You know, we did it in training. You know, hey, let's just semi-resist. You know, try to make it hard to put cuffs on him without even trying to make it hard. You know, some people can't cuff because you know you just keep rolling your wrists and moving, and they show you can do certain things, certain moves, and boom, you can't get that cuff on somebody. And then when you have somebody who goes from you know, rational and listening to you, and boom, the adrenaline hits them, and you're not gonna do anything with that guy. And that's why if you've ever seen these things, and if you don't think you need 5 guys to jump on somebody like that and put them down, well, then you haven't done it, because you do.
You ever been in the field and have to cuff up a resistor?
Yeah, well, no. I see. That's my point. I've done it. One time I rolled around on the ground with somebody, and it was just, you know, after a long chase, and he was exhausted. So much like I was, you know, but not like that. Not with that guy. Not that particular situation. I mean, that guy went off his nut, and you're not going to cuff that guy. Not one guy, not 2 guys, is obviously. The only thing I'd say, just up to the point where they stepped to either side and went to cuff him, the 2 cops, they just seemed a little relaxed. To me, they got a little more relaxed than they probably should have, and boom, when that guy hit it, you know, when he flipped the switch, that was it. And I know there's police officers out there that have had that situation. You ask one of them. I'd like to have one of them come in and talk about it, because you get somebody goes off his nut, man, not going to happen.
Well, we're going to see what happens in the court of law. Other thing was, they have not even carried it to a grand jury. The Georgia equivalent of the State Bureau of Investigation hasn't finished its investigation of it. So they feel like the DA is rushing this because he's up for election in 140-something days.
Yeah, there's, you know, everything's political. It always has been political. You know,
that's why you knew he was going to get charged, because there's no way he couldn't.
He has to do this, and I'm not sure now. See, I mean, there's plenty of minority people out there, blacks, Hispanics, Asians, etc., that are looking at that and they're saying, you know, they're not necessarily all wound up about that. They see what's going on. They understand it. They have a little rationality. Talking, you know, my friend last night. No. You know, what makes you think you're a black guy? You know, my friend used the term black privilege. What made that guy think he could just buck up and run off like that? Sorry, it just didn't wash for him. He's a black man. It didn't wash for him. Why? You know, and the thing is, now that you find out that he was on probation, he had a warrant, he was going to jail. Mm-hmm. He was going to go to jail. That's why we are where we are here right now, because he was going to go to jail, and he wasn't smart enough not to fall asleep in the parking lot after getting drunk and getting behind the wheel of a car. And that's on him, not those police officers.
Well, we'll see how it all plays out and go from there. I dare to say that if it's not slam dunk, that the government will need to really ramp up police or military presence of anticipation, just in case it goes south.
Well,
and riots break out like it did in South LA.
They're not gonna ramp up the police, because the police in Atlanta are already calling in sick.
You know, I'm talking about on down the road here a year or so when the trial. Yeah.
Well, see, it depends on the election in the fall, who gets elected. Because I'll tell you what, if you do end up with Democrats, they're the ones that'll put their thumb on this and put their foot on the necks of these clowns here and drive them into the dirt. The Democrats will have no problem in going out there and whipping them and shooting them and stopping all this stuff, because then it'll be to their benefit to do it.
Yeah, they had video yesterday also of, I believe this was in Atlanta. I may be wrong. It happened at a convenience store where a white man was at the checkout counter in a convenience store, and all of a sudden these 5 black guys just come over like he doesn't exist and butt right in front of him and start trying to check out. And he says, "Wait, man, the line's behind me." And they give him a bunch of mouth. He gets his stuff checked out, and he goes out to his car. And as he's out to the car, a black man comes up behind him and cold cocks him. And down he goes to the ground. Now he's sitting on the ground with his back against his car door. And these guys just taking turns pummeling him and kicking him and stomping his head and everything else. And then after they start to wander off, one of them comes back and does a flying knee into his chest. And this guy's just sitting there all stunned because he just got tar beat out of him. But yeah, they come at you in a gang formation and just destroy you. Where's the justice there?
Well, I don't know where it happened. Whatever, the cops hopefully are investigating. But there's websites that'll show you plenty of those kind of videos, and it happens plenty. With these racial kind of things. They had the thing going on in New York, and it still goes on. They just don't advertise it now, where they have the, just walking down the street and you just punch somebody. You pick your target, and and it's blacks punching whites in the head or whatever, and it's still going on. But they'll there's no, that stuff dropped off the radar. They don't want to advertise that that's going on, and it's happening in quite a few places. That was several years ago, and it still occurs. They have the one here the other day. The old lady walking down the street.
92-year-old lady in New York going down the street, and a punk kid of African American descent just goes up beside her, walking in the opposite direction, takes her head and pushes her sideways so she falls into the sidewalk, and he keeps on walking.
Man, he's been arrested 100 and something times.
104 times.
So, this is all part and parcel of this thing. The COVID just made it easy. Hey, we're going to release all these criminals and let them back out on the street because of the COVID. We don't want them sick in the jail. And, it was supposed to be non-violent types of crimes and things like that. But they, in some localities, they just let everybody out, or, it didn't matter who they let out. And they let some really heavy-duty criminals out.
Like Avenatti?
And, Avenatti's not notionally, he's not a violent criminal. So, yeah, he would be somebody to let go. But they're letting murderers and rapists and other things. And now they're having to, they have, there was some statistic. They've arrested, over 400 additional arrests made on people who have previously been arrested and released for these violent crimes. So, that's in New York or something. It's just awful. It's awful, and it's going sideways fast. You look at Chicago last week. They had their highest number of shootings.
89, I believe it was.
Yeah, and that's black on black crime for like 90+ % of that is black on black crime. There's a website that keeps track of every individual event up there, and it's atrocious what's going on in Chicago.
Well, I don't think a kid with 104 arrest warrants should be running free, but they just give him a appearance date when he's hauled in.
Yeah.
Appear on this date and I dare say that he never appears.
Yeah, I don't know. It's bad. This is going sideways pretty quick.
But a lot of his charges were for sex offenses with minors.
Yeah.
Another good one to have out on the street, huh? Jeff and I could go up there and fix it.
No. If you're interested, I don't know. this there's a website that talks about Chicago. June to date, shot and killed 34, shot and wounded 221, total shot 255, total homicides 37. So obviously somebody used another implement besides a gun in 3 cases. Shot and killed, the week in progress, that's from June 14th to June 20th. Shot and killed 9, shot and wounded 35, total shot 44, total homicides 9. And it goes on, and it parses them. It goes, there's a precinct map of the city of Chicago that shows where the majority of these shootings and things occur. He's got one shot placement, head, 78 shot and killed in the head, 59 were shot and killed in the chest, abdomen, side, then he gets into other parts. But if you want to go look at that for yourself, the website is Hey Jackass, all one word, HeyJackass.com. If you want to look at what's going on in Chicago day to day, updated daily, that's from a cop who has access to all the stats there
on a blue run state.
Democrat. Mr. Daley. That's been almost 100 years of Democrat rule there, Democrat regency in Chicago. So have at it. Cook County coronameter illnesses. He's got all kinds of stuff. 90% are gunshot, 9.5% are other for causes of death. And then it breaks down race of the victim and the assailant. Black on black victims, 201, 20. He breaks it down by all the stats that you never want to read and won't believe.
And keep in mind of the $200+ million that has been sent in by celebrities and do-good corporations. Of that money, not a penny was allocated to restore businesses who were torn down by these people. All this money went to pay bail.
No. Not even that, because I just read an article on that. All that money that these clowns sent to pay bail for these people, less than 1% of that was actually used to pay bail for anybody. And now I don't know who they are, but somebody's looking around saying, hey, where did all that money go? Because none of it paid for bail. Less than about 1 or 2% of it was actually used to pay bail for these clowns. So the money has all disappeared too. It's a joke. It's a total joke.
Into the pockets of the
politicians. You know where it went. It went into re-election campaigns. That's where that money went. To some clown like that clown governor. Well, when you say clown governor and you've got 24 Democratic governors, it's kind of hard to say which one it is. It's all been misspent and redirected.
Well, that's sad to know. All right, well, let's lighten the program up just a little bit before we get to the top of the hour. We got the best of the late night jokes to see if the Colonel can find one to laugh at here.
Nathan's famous announcing that it's going to be holding that international hot dog eating contest. This year, though, due to the coronavirus, you won't have those cheering crowds.
Yeah, I think it's smart that there won't be a crowd. No one should have to tell their loved ones they caught coronavirus at a hot dog eating contest.
Hey, the NBA seems ready to get back to work. The league proposed 113 pages worth of safety rules and procedures for the rest of a shortened season. The players will be housed together. They'll quarantine ahead of time and be tested every day. Players will be required to shower in their hotel rooms instead of in the locker room. And I don't know if it's even worth playing basketball if you can't cap the night off by scrubbing up with the team loofah.
Garth Brooks has announced he will hold a concert at the end of the month that will be played at drive-in movie theaters across the country because you haven't heard Garth's music until you heard it through a 50-year-old speaker full of spider eggs hanging on one side of your car.
I didn't see the Colonel laugh.
Nah.
They failed.
Not in the mood this morning.
Well, this week, this Sunday is Father's Day. And we think we have found the perfect Father's Day gift for many dads out there in fatherland.
This Father's Day, why settle for a tie or a coffee mug? Get Dad something the whole family can benefit from. Like proof that he's really your old man with the new Daddy DNA Kit. Your Daddy DNA Kit comes complete and ready to use. Just wait till Dad falls asleep and then carefully insert the test swab in his mouth. Put it in the envelope and send it in. Within a few days, you'll know if Dad's the genuine article or if those stories you heard about Mom and the Marine Corps were true. Daddy DNA, endorsed by Maury Povich.
You are not the father.
This Father's Day, it's tops for possibly your pops.
Yeah, just hold a cup under the drool coming out of the corner of his mouth. You don't need to insert anything.
What was I going to say? Yeah, before DNA, there was an old saying, we always know who the mama is, but never 100% sure who the daddy is.
Okay, that's your saying.
And after watching Maury enough times...
well, Maury, what a...
Well, he does his service.
Yeah.
If you record ahead of time, so you can zing through all those commercials. But, I can't tell you how many times I've seen him say, Franklin, you are not the father. And you get to say to the woman, you slut.
Okay. I don't think I ever watched Maury. I might have watched it one time and wondered what was going on and turned it off. He ran for political office too, didn't he? That clown.
Maury?
Yeah.
That was Jerry Stein.
Oh, Springer.
Jerry
Okay.
Springer.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I got him confused.
He was mayor of Chicago, I believe.
Springer? No, he couldn't have been mayor of
Or
Chicago.
Cincinnati or something like that.
Yeah, I know it wasn't Chicago. That's been a long line of
maybe
Maybe
it was,
include him.
Yeah. Maybe it was, I have to look it up. But yeah, he was mayor for a while. Yeah. All right, what's this sound here, Colonel? They played this on the 5 yesterday, so if you saw it, you get the cheat right to the top. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, actually.
I don't give it away yet. All right. Is that a screaming Karen trying to get the attention of a drive-through worker? Or B, a little kid having a temper tantrum? Or C, a sulfur-chested cockatoo screaming for his mother to feed it?
That's the cockatoo.
It is the cockatoo.
The Australian cockatoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way up on a pole, screaming to mom. So next time you hear that in the woods, you know somebody's hungry. This is a pretty good spoof of those commercials that companies have been airing where they try to convince you that they are in full support of the current protest. It has a lot of the usual trappings, clips of people marching and giving speeches while their voiceover guy says they'll support whatever rights that are important to you. Here's that clip.
It's important that you feel supported by us. Brand. We support you. We support civil rights. Hell, we'll support any of the rights you want, as long as it boosts our profit margin. Just don't ask us to raise the minimum wage, provide better health care, or hire more CEOs of color. That would be a real drag for us. So, ignore the fact that our behind closed-door contributions actually finance the police state and gerrymandering politicians, and focus on this lip service we're doing. Good luck, and keep buying. Brand. Sales matter.
Okay. Let's see. Apparently, we all speak a little chimpanzee. New research published this week shows that while humans may not be able to understand the word for word of what a chimp is saying, we do have the ability to know how they're feeling. We are able to tell if the chimp is sad, happy, angry, or scary just by listening to their cries. I'd say he's not happy to see you.
Yeah, sounds like he's a little disturbed.
And I know for all you excited geeks out there, I don't have time. So I can't do it. I'll do it when we get back. It's involving Batman.
Okay. The Batman.
All right, coming up on 8 o'clock, all your news, sports, and weather.
Good
next.
Thursday morning, everyone. We're waking up to plenty of clouds this morning. Later this afternoon, becoming partly cloudy. It's warmer, upper 70s to low 80s, and it's just a slight chance that a shower or thunderstorm could pop up later today. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy and mild, the low in the mid to upper 60s. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, scattered showers and storms more likely. Will go about a 50 to 60% chance. High temperatures in the low to mid 80s. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhill, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump lashing out at former National Security Advisor John Bolton over Bolton's upcoming book. Mr. Trump saying the book consists of lies and fake stories. Mr. Trump says it also includes some highly classified information. Could jeopardize national security.
Terrible thing that he did, but he broke the law. Very simple. I mean, as much as it's going to be broken.
Mr. Trump on the Fox News Channel's Hannity program. The Justice Department now seeking an emergency order to block publication of the book, parts of which have already been released. Donations have been pouring in for the defense of the Atlanta police officer charged with murder in the fatal shooting of Rayshard Brooks. The Georgia law enforcement organization saying that almost $200,000 has been raised so far. Fulton County District Attorney Paul Howard contends that the shooting of Brooks, who had gotten a hold of an officer's taser, was not justifiable.
The city of Atlanta says you cannot even fire a taser at someone who's running away. So you certainly can't fire a handgun, at someone who is running away.
Brooks was hit twice in the back. Atlanta has seen more protests and a higher than normal number of police officers calling out sick since the charges were announced. Dame Vera Lynn, Britain's beloved forces sweetheart, who serenaded British troops abroad during World War II, has died at 103.
We'll meet again.
During the war and long after, Lynn got crowds singing, smiling, and crying with sentimental favorites like We'll Meet Again, The White Cliffs of Dover. Dame Vera Lynn, dead at 103. And watching Wall Street this morning, Dow futures down 373 points. The S&P futures off 29. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I was finishing undergrad and got credit cards because I couldn't work full-time. So that started the credit card journey for me.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
And then when I got married, we combined our credit card debt, and it became impossible to pay off on our own. At that point, I was like, I don't know where to turn. And then I found Trinity.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
I initially was scared to call, and immediately I felt relief. I mean, in a matter of 3 years, we've already paid down $20,000 in credit card debt, which is huge.
Call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
The top court in the European Union has ruled that Hungary broke European law by limiting foreign funding of non-governmental organizations.
In 2017. Under its terms, NGOs that receive more than $26,000 of funds from abroad must register as foreign-supported organisations or face closure. Hungary's right-wing nationalist government says the law improves transparency and helps defend against money laundering and terrorist financing. Critics say it's part of attempts to muzzle dissent, accusing Prime Minister Viktor Orban of mimicking similar legislation in Russia.
The BBC's Danny Aberhart. The Bank of England unveiling another big stimulus for the UK economy as it tries to limit the scale of the coronavirus recession. It said it was increasing its government bond buying program by a further $125 billion. The aim to keep a lid on interest rates and financial markets, keep money flowing through the financial system. News and analysis, townhall.com. No shirt, no shoes, no masks, no service. In Texas,
Governor Greg Abbott giving local governments the go-ahead to require businesses to mandate customers and workers wear face masks after one of the state's most populous counties ordered such a measure amid record numbers of new cases of coronavirus and hospitalizations. The order for Bexar County, which includes the San Antonio area, takes effect Monday, and businesses could face fines up to $1,000 for failing to comply.
And that's correspondent Ron DeRockstra. The head of the UN's refugee agency says he is very worried about the impact of the coronavirus in Latin America, where millions of Venezuelans have fled upheaval at home and could face hardship among lockdowns and other restrictive measures aimed at fighting the pandemic. Once again on Wall Street this hour, the Dow futures are down 383 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Right now at Leith Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Aberdeen, get 0% APR for 72 months and make no payments for 90 days on select new Jeep, Ram, Chrysler, or Dodge models during the Drive Forward event. Plus at Leith Aberdeen, get employee pricing plus on all 2020 Chrysler Pacifica models and 2020 Jeep Gladiator Overland and Sport models. It's easier here at Leith Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Aberdeen.
0% APR for 72 months on 2020 Jeep Compass and 2020 Ram 1500 models. Interest accrued over 90-day deferment with approved credit from Chrysler Capital.
At Pool Automotive, being local and family-owned isn't just a title. It's the lifeblood of our business. The moment you walk into our Aberdeen showroom, you'll be treated like family. You see, we believe that all our guests deserve quality, reliable used vehicles, and we have the inventory and finance options to make it happen. When you buy a new vehicle, the second you drive it off the lot, it's already depreciated by thousands. Before you throw that money away, come to Pool Automotive and check out our huge selection of premium vehicles. We have high-quality, off-lease vehicles, most of which are one-owner cars with low mileage and remaining factory warranties. Something else we do to save you even more? We don't charge documentation fees. Yep, you heard us right. No doc fees here. Come in today, 500 South Sandhills Boulevard in Aberdeen, or call 910-637-0057 and experience the pool advantage.
Rudino's has always served our community, and we're still open serving local families through curbside takeaway and DoorDash delivery. Right now, you can get our legendary 9-inch grinders and a bag of chips for just $8.49, or an 18-inch grinder for $16.99. All of our grinders are made on fresh, homemade white bread, oven-baked daily with mozzarella and provolone cheese. Rudino's Pizza and Grinders on Pinehurst Avenue, voted #1 by Spectator Magazine. See our full menu at rudinosouthernpines.com, then call 246-2446.
Dale, how are things at Knollwood Fairways and Midland Country Club this year?
Well, Stuart, you know our motto is 9 is fine. Knollwood and Midland are the only two 9-hole golf courses in the Sandhills that are available to all golfers every day, and our all-grass practice tee at Knollwood continues to be very popular.
Do you give golf lessons at Knollwood?
Absolutely, Stuart. Our instruction and club fitting program with our 4 PGA professionals continues to grow every year. We love to teach all golfers, beginners, juniors, seniors, and ladies. Go to our website, knollwood-midland.com, to see what we offer. Our prepaid golf rounds and range balls are always popular. Plus, we have instructional packages, club fitting sessions, and a fully stocked golf shop. Knollwood and Midland is the place where quality and affordability meet.
At First Casualty Insurance Group, we're all about customer service. Now, if that's important to you, then we're a good match. If you prefer to do business with experienced, knowledgeable, good listeners offering advice you can trust, then First Casualty Insurance Group is made for you. We represent over 3 dozen outstanding companies, and yes, we're that place you go to insure virtually anything of value. Call us anytime you have an insurance question. We want to be your insurance people. 910-692-8303. First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. 910-692-8303.
Hi, I'm John Cole with John Cole's Plumbing Professionals. We would like to express our sincere appreciation to all our loyal customers for voting us Best Plumbing Company in this year's 2019 Best of the Pines. We will continue to offer excellent customer service, professional workmanship, and affordable pricing. Don't just call a plumber, call a professional. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals. 910-639-4933.
John Cole's Plumbing Professionals.
NCN News. I'm Tony Rixby. The Tar River expected to crest at 5 feet above flood stage later this morning in Rocky Mount. Heavy rain across Nash County has led to nearly 50 residents being evacuated from their homes. Ernest and Lynette Stallings told WTVD they had to take a different way home from work yesterday. They say the heavy rain had hit businesses hard, which were already devastated because of COVID-19.
It's just staggering to see businesses that just opened back up but now hit by this.
They're killed now.
It's sad to see. You see what, Mother Nature can do.
In a book to be released next week, former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton accuses the president of putting another term ahead of all else. Sagar Magani reports from Washington.
Bolton writes the president pleaded with China's Xi Jinping at a summit last year to help his chances for another term, telling Xi Democrats were hostile toward China and that more Chinese purchases from American farmers would help win a second Trump term.
The call to remove Confederate monuments growing louder in the wake of national demonstrations over the death of George Floyd. A group of 60 lawyers signed a letter to Governor Cooper and state lawmakers yesterday. Hampton Dellinger, one of the attorneys, tells WTVD it's time to remove the monuments.
These monuments stand for secession, for slavery, for white supremacy. They can't stand under our state and federal constitution. They need to come down.
President Trump has signed an executive order that lays out guidelines on old policies that police agencies should ban and new policies to implement. Jacksonville Police Chief Mike Yanero telling WITN his department officers are trained to slow down and de-escalate.
That's the training that we've given, and that is the philosophy of the department. Our philosophy is that we protect the sanctity of life.
You're listening to NCN News.
Being a Farm Bureau insurance agent means being local. It means insuring your child's first car and standing beside you after a storm. It's more than a business to us. It's a friendship. So call an agent who calls North Carolina home, because when you need us, we're there. In every county, every day. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Help us serve you. North Carolina retailers aren't just the backbone of the local economy. They are the first ones to step up to support your Little League teams, your booster clubs, and to step in with product donations in times of need. So please shop NC. You hold the power to help North Carolina's retailers rebound faster by choosing to spend your dollars in North Carolina. The NC Retail Merchants Association proudly represents these dedicated retailers and encourages you to shop NC. Learn more at ncrma.org.
The recent surge in coronavirus cases in Florida shows more young people are testing positive after going to bars and pubs.
I'm Peter King in Orlando. Last month, Seminole County averaged about 2 to 4 new cases a day. Now it's 40 to 45, with a rising number of younger people going out to eat and drink. Emergency Manager Alan Harris.
The sick individuals have all stated that they've been around a pub, a bar, an event during the holiday weekend, those types of activities.
One restaurant owner says people forget everything is not back to normal.
They're not wanting to follow our guidelines.
He says if they don't, he'll ask them to leave. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
Vera Lynn, whose song We'll Meet Again was one of the most popular during the World War II era, died this morning. She was 103 years old. While no cause of death was given, a statement says she was surrounded by family. CBS News correspondent Steve Futterman has more.
There'll be bluebirds on.
Vera Lynn sang songs that touched the hearts of both World War II troops and their families. Her most popular hit, a song that talked about what every soldier wanted, to be back with his family.
We'll meet again
World War II veterans never forgot Vera Lynn. During Britain's finest hour, she was Britain's finest songstress. Steve Futterman, CBS News.
Some sunny day.
NC State students are ready to go back to school. Resident senior Sarah Lynch tells CBS 17 it's been an adjustment.
A lot of Wi-Fi issues and having to learn how to get on Zoom a lot.
University is limiting occupancy and making changes in classrooms, dorms, dining halls, and other buildings to keep people socially distanced. Tony Rixby, NCN News.
Low pressure in the upper atmosphere that's impacted our weather for the past few days continues to move away. We'll have a lesser chance for rain this afternoon than what we had yesterday. Partly cloudy, upper 70s to low 80s with about a 30% chance for a shower or storm. Tonight is partly to mostly cloudy, low temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. And then tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, scattered showers and storms more likely in the afternoon and into the evening, the high in the low to mid 80s. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, we have sunny skies, 68 degrees. Humidity 84%, dew point creeping up, 63. Pressure 3011, wind southwest at 5. Visibility at 10 statute miles. It's 8:14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Thursday morning. Carthagetown manager Thomas Robinson reported that the revenue is down, but taxes and utilities will not increase. The fiscal year 2021 budget passed at the June 5th Board of Commissioners meeting. An accident caused minor delays in this Pinehurst traffic circle Wednesday afternoon. 3 vehicles were involved in an accident at the highway, a 15501 northbound entrance. A Toyota Camry suffered damage to its front end. No major injuries were reported. The North Carolina General Assembly has finalized bipartisan legislation that will allow people to get their criminal records cleared of lower-level criminal convictions and dismissed charges. The Senate gave unanimous approval Tuesday to the Second Chance Act, which had a backing of groups across the political spectrum. The measure cleared the House last week and now goes to Governor Roy Cooper. It builds upon recent laws that allow people who committed crimes due to useful indiscretions to remove obstacles and background checks for employment, housing, and other needs. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel, and you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It is, 8:15. It's time, let's make it 8:16. Time for sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. Play already underway at the Heritage on Hilton Head with the first groups out for their round one. Typically held the week after the Masters, it is being held on what would normally be the spot reserved for the U.S. Open. That marquee tournament been pushed to September. There apparently is a chance that the Boys of Summer can take the field this year after all.
Just after Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred said the 2020 season might be dead, he hopped a plane to Arizona to meet with Union Chief Tony Clark. The pair met for hours Tuesday and apparently hammered out a framework for a season. MLB sources tell the AP the plan includes each team playing 60 games over 10 weeks starting July 20th. Players would be paid 37% of their salaries, and MLB would guarantee a $25 million postseason players pool. The union has not commented on the framework. I'm Tim McGuire.
Serena Williams is planning to play in the 2020 U.S. Open. The 23-time Grand Slam singles champ said in a video shown during the U.S. Tennis Association's tournament presentation that she can't wait to return to the New York City area for the major championship she's won 6 times.
I feel like the USTA is going to do a really good job of ensuring like everything is amazing and everything is perfect and everyone is safe, and it's going to be exciting.
Newly released documents are giving important clues as to what led to the January helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 7 others.
From the start, officials felt pilot disorientation was a likely key factor in the crash. The documents indicate as the helicopter got caught in thick fog, the pilot reported the aircraft was ascending when it was actually plunging toward a hillside. The documents do not conclude what caused the crash. A final report on the cause is expected in the next next year. Steve Futterman, CBS News, Los Angeles.
This is NCN Sports.
Farm Credit has helped generations of farm families buy land, build homes, grow their farms. At Farm Credit, we're a relationship lender that understands you and your individual needs. We take great pride in financing life and business, providing sound financial solutions for your home or farming operation. We're your one-stop full-service lender. Dependable credit, competitive mortgage rates, and convenient offices to serve you. Visit farmcreditofnc.com to find your local office. Equal housing lender.
All right, everyone. It's a hard hat game out there, but we're the North Carolina Cranes. And this is our shipyard. We support more than 87,000 jobs in North Carolina. And last year, we put up $15.4 billion to the state's economy.
That's 9 zeros, Coach.
It sure is. So let's get back out there and move that cargo.
At North Carolina Ports, we play hard for our state's economy. Now that's something to cheer about. Check out our season highlights at nccranes.com.
UNC's baseball team defeated a familiar face to advance to the College World Series on this day in North Carolina sports history.
On this day in 2006, the 5th-ranked UNC baseball team defeated number 3 Clemson 2-0 in the College World Series in Omaha. The Tar Heels received a career game from pitcher Robert Woodard, who threw a 3-hitter, striking out 7. The Tar Heels won its 7th consecutive game. On this day in 1959, Lee Petty took the checkered flag in the NASCAR Grand National race at Columbia Speedway in Casey, South Carolina. Petty beat Tommy Irwin to the finish line for his 6th win of the 1959 season in the number 42 Plymouth. His total purse for the victory, $900. That's this day in North Carolina sports history. I'm Jeff Hamlin.
And I'm Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Right now at Leith Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Aberdeen. Get 0% APR for 72 months and make no payments for 90 days on select new Jeep, Ram, Chrysler, or Dodge models during the Drive Forward event. Plus at Leith Aberdeen, get employee pricing plus on all 2020 Chrysler Pacifica models and 2020 Jeep Gladiator Overland and Sport models. It's easier here at Leith Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Aberdeen. 0% APR for 72 months on 2020 Jeep Compass and 2020 Ram 1500 models. Interest accrued over 90-day deferment with approved credit from Chrysler Capital.
This is Chuck from Sunbelt Service Pros. Are you just not feeling it anymore with your AC service provider? Are you calling those guys because that's what you've always done, or because there's a sticker on the thermostat with an old phone number on it? How about this? Take a chance and you'll be thrilled to find that you're getting real value for your heating and cooling dollars. When you call Sunbelt Service Pros, you are dealing with a professional and reliable service provider. Our technicians are highly trained and certified and can quickly address any issues. Our customers find our technicians and office staff courteous, friendly, and professional throughout the whole process. We're doing something right here. You need to check us out. Find out what you've been missing and call us today. Sunbelt Service Pros at 910-944-2044 or go online to sunbeltservicepros.com.
This is Dr. Terry Ann Sams of Sandhills Weekend Dental. I know some of you are overdue for a cleaning and checkup, and we are excited to welcome a new dental hygienist to our team. Her name is Katie. I can't wait for you to meet her. Give us a call. We are here Wednesdays through Saturdays at 910-687-4423 or visit sandhillsweekenddental.com, 910-687-4423.
For more than 100 years, Pines Funerals has been there for Moore County families when they needed us most. We continue to build on tradition of trust by serving all your funeral and memorial needs from any of our convenient locations. Nestled in 15 acres of wooded landscape along Morganton Road, Pine Lawn Memorial Park offers memorial gardens, mausoleums, a chapel, and a beautiful brand new funeral and cremation center slated for completion in 2020. For free pre-planning information or to schedule a tour, call Pines Funerals at 910-947-2224 or visit pinesfunerals.com today.
Great news, cigar aficionados. Matchbox Cigars and Pipes is now open for full-time business. 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 to 4 on Saturdays. Right now, if you buy a box of cigars, you'll get your choice of a t-shirt, 2 beer mugs, 2 whiskey glasses, a tumbler, torch lighter, or a nub football. For over 20 years, Matchbox has offered a wide selection of premium cigars. They're located at 15501 and Highway 1, right next to KFC in Aberdeen. Matchbox Cigars and Pipes. More of the best, less of the rest.
War Dogs, Army surplus of Southern Pines has expanded and open for business. Since taking over the adjoining building, War Dogs will now be able to provide Moore County with even more quality high-end Army surplus. Bring in your Army gear and War Dogs will beat any legitimate offer from their competitors and beat it by 15%. That's right. War Dogs will match their offer and add 15% to your wallet. Open Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Located at 675 Southwest Broad Street in Southern Pines, right across the street from Beefeaters. Or call 910-902-7749. That's 902-7749. War Dogs. We offer more and sell for less. If you're like me, you have to be diligent about watching your weight every single day. Despite how well you watch your weight, the one barrier that's always standing in your way is the belly fat you just can't seem to get rid of. Despite your best efforts, it's always there. Well, now there is a way to get your body to release the fat stored in those belly or thigh fat cells. It's the Ultra Slim Fat Melting Method, a non-invasive, non-surgical body sculpting treatment. This is a light therapy treatment, and the best part is you're guaranteed to lose 2 inches in your waist, hip, or thighs in a 32-minute treatment. I know it works because I've done it. What have you got to lose besides those 2 stubborn inches? Dr. Sharon Wright with Wright Chiropractic in 7 Lakes can give you all the details. Why not set up an appointment by calling her at 673-2225. That's 673-2225 and tell her Steve sent you. And finally say goodbye to your stubborn belly fat.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Well, this story just goes to show you there are bigots everywhere. In this case, fortunately, the man was held accountable. The guilty party was, of all things, a college professor. He had taught at the same school for 39 years. Honestly, it's hard to see how a racist like this escaped the eye of the school administrators all this time. It makes it even harder to understand when you realize he's employed by UCLA. His name's Gordon Klein. He's been suspended for 3 weeks starting on June the 25th. You know why? He was suspended because a student asked him for something called a no-harm final exam and extended deadlines due to the trauma they were suffering as a Los Angeles student because of the murder that occurred in Minneapolis. The LAPD have had to post security around the professor's house because people who were traumatized from the murder have threatened to murder him. Peter Wood, who's the president of the National Association of Scholars, called it a disturbing case. A lady named Patton hinted that it was unlawful discrimination. She's a spokesperson for the Foundation for Individual Rights and Education, or FIRE. We really don't have enough worthless organizations funded by liberals, do we? I know we often speak of a generation of crybaby wimps who need a coloring book at the first sign of difficulty. They're also quick to use it to cover their own shortcomings. Everybody's afraid to disagree. Have a good day. From the Zumwalt Zone.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. We're waking up to plenty of clouds this morning. Later this afternoon, becoming partly cloudy. It's warmer, upper 70s to low 80s, and it's just a slight chance that a shower or thunderstorm could pop up later today. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy and mild, the low in the mid to upper 60s. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy. Scattered showers and storms more likely will go about a 50 to 60% chance. High temperatures in the low to mid 80s. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the leader man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
And we're back.
You awake?
Incoming message.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning, sunshine.
Hey, what are you doing here? About to go on the air.
I'm aware of that.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, goody. We're on.
We've been invaded by a pompous radio ham.
These guys are hilarious. They do so much funny stuff. Veritable who's who of aha.
I hope it'll be all over radio.
Showtime, huh?
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It's time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate Aberdeen. It's the failing pilot pamphlet and... What else did they do? Oh, yeah, they put inserts in there.
Insert delivery service.
Yeah, you gotta have something useful to throw in that bag out in your yard.
Otherwise, it'd be 4 pages.
Every couple of weeks. Well, at any rate, hey, it's a nice day, so get out, take a walk, enjoy the weather because, Steve is bringing the rain back tomorrow, so enjoy it while you can.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available now at talk973.com or talk1041.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located on your mobile device. You can get it with the YouTube app. Put Mornings with the Leader Man in the search. Now, if you're just looking at our audio stream, that's available too at talk973.com or talk1041.com. Upper right-hand corner of each page has an icon that says On the Air Listen Live. Click that once and you're listening that quick. And if you're on your mobile device, fire up a streaming app such as TuneIn, iTunes, or Streama. Put WEEB in the search, and we'll pop up at the top there. And away you go. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. It's going to be, well, rains in the forecast every day. What more you need to know? But partly cloudy today. 40% chance of scattered showers, high of 80. Tonight, partly cloudy with scattered showers to low of 66. Tomorrow, cloudy, showers likely, 70% chance, high of 83. Saturday, partly cloudy, showers likely, 83. Sunday, humidity goes up big time. It'll be 70 on the dew point scale, 89 on the temperature scale, and partly cloudy and thunderstorms. Same for Monday, same for Tuesday, same for Wednesday. Need I say more? Right now, around the Sand Hills, winds are southwest at 5. Visibility 10 statute miles. Pressure 3011. Dew point 63. Started out at 60 this morning. Humidity 84%. It is sunny and 68 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. It is 8:31 past the hour on this Thursday morning. Okay, from our file of Did You Know? Things we need to know so we don't sound stupid. That's what it's all about. And we never like sounding stupid here. Aunt Jemima pancake syrup and pancake mix is getting a makeover after 130 years because they say the name is based on racial stereotype. Quaker Oats is retiring the brand and logo after this year. You know, the original Aunt Jemima, they had an African American with a hair bonnet, whatever you call it.
Right, yeah.
Wrap around her hair.
Scarf tied in the corners, right?
And that was then updated to a modern version of a African American lady with a upstyle cut.
Right.
Looks like a Miss America pageant. And they said it came from racial stereotypes, meaning back when they had the hood, the hairpiece, the hair wrap on her. So they're going to take it off. But this lady, I think she lived to be 105. I forget her name.
Yeah, the original model for this thing.
Yeah.
And spokesperson. They gave her a lifetime contract to do that.
Yeah, and she went on tour, and she was kind of like Will Rogers in that she simply came out on stage and told life stories that everybody seemed to love. It was always sold out. She made a lot of money and ultimately retired. So she lived a good life, and they want to take all that away.
They're going to diminish, her legacy, for the stupidity that is going on now, which really, it's done in the name of Black Lives Matter, but it's a communist insurgency, is what it is.
A new biography about Melania Trump just hit shelves, and The Art of Her Deal. Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Mary Johnson claims President Trump was frightened to see her after the Access Hollywood tape. Gee, I wonder why. That tape was from 2005 when that got dropped, with Billy Bush. It kind of ruined his career for a while. He's finally back on TV after having sat out for at least 2 years before he could even look for a gig. But anyway, he's back on TV somewhere on some distant network cable company show.
Yeah. Hey, going back to Aunt Jemima for a second, Uncle Ben's is going to disappear.
Yeah.
I just read that. Uncle Ben, who I don't know the story behind that logo, but Uncle Ben was never. I don't know what the racial stereotype is with Uncle Ben, and also the Indian has already disappeared off Land O'Lakes. Whatever. It's like the white man. Get rid of the Indian and keep the landscape. Several Indians I know have kind of shaken their head at that one, and because that logo was painted by an American Indian apparently. And the other, Mrs. Butterworth, her syrup, I didn't even know that was a racial stereotype, the shape of that bottle, but that's going to change too. So everybody's getting ahead of the game here and just going to do away with everything.
Her bottle is shaped like a woman, right? In an apron or something.
Yeah, in one of the wide hoop skirt, to make it big enough, I guess, to hold what they want. It's everybody's just gone stupid here all of a sudden.
A new photograph, new bio. We already did that. All right, if you don't like to buy one of those Boston Dynamic dog robots, you can own one if you like to be willing to pony up $75,000. At least it won't pass away on you.
Okay.
Popular Mechanics printed an interesting article the other day, how to safely take down statues.
Yeah, so it didn't fall on your head. What a moron.
As a way to minimize contracts between flight attendants and passengers, KLM, EasyJet, Delta, and American are all stopping alcohol service on their flights.
Oh, dear. Oh, that's a disaster there. Oh, my.
Yeah, I guess you could catch you.
No, you
try
can't.
To bring on a mini bottle.
Nope, I don't believe you can. I don't know. There have to be a whole lot of mini bottles for some people.
Since I don't drink, I wouldn't miss it.
You can't even carry a big thing of hand lotion and fill it with booze because I think you're limited on the size of liquid containers you can carry.
Was it 3 ounces?
I don't know. It's not much.
It's the 60th anniversary of the shower scene from Psycho. Some interesting facts. There were 78 cameras set up, and they used 52 edits to make this happen. The blood was watered-down Hershey syrup. Most of whom you see in the scene was Janet Leigh's stand-in.
Right.
Yeah. Marley Renfro, a former Las Vegas showgirl and Playboy Bunny.
Ooh, okay.
So no uglies in the bathtub.
No.
In fact, he couldn't get the guy who was supposedly stabbing what's her name?
Lee.
He couldn't get her stabbing her like he wanted, so he grabbed the knife himself, went like he wanted, and that was that.
Okay.
That's Hitchcock's arm doing the stabbing. T-Mobile says its extensive nationwide outage Monday was caused when fiber optic circuits failed, and its backup circuit also failed, which caused a chain reaction that strained the network to the point that many calls and texts couldn't make it through. Well, I guess it sucked to be a T-Mobile person at that time.
Yeah. Well, stuff happens. Hey, when things really start falling apart here, yeah, it's going to be much worse than this.
California legislative leaders said Tuesday that the status of Christopher Columbus and Queen Isabella will be removed from the Capitol Rotunda, where it was installed in 1883. Yeah, let's whitewash history, shall we?
No. Hey, watch that racist term, whitewashing.
Oh, yeah.
You better slap yourself. Come on.
Now, let's sterilize.
Yeah, there you go. That's better. Yeah. See, that's that would be more acceptable to say that. Although, no, maybe not, because that's that's got some racial overtones too.
Now they're suggesting that flushing a toilet could send coronavirus aerosols all over.
All right, I've had enough. Okay.
And the U.S.-Canadian border will remain closed to non-essential travel at least through July 21st.
Well, keep them Canadians out of here. Yeah, sure. That's right.
All right, today's impossible question. This brand's name was inspired by Starbucks. What brand is it?
If it's got to do with Starbucks,
I should say this band's name. It's a name of a band.
If it's got anything to do with Starbucks, I have no clue, because I just don't pay any attention to Starbucks.
The band's name originated from the nickel in. The answer is Nickelback. The band name originated from the nickel in chains that band members like Mike Kroger gave customers at his Starbucks job. He would frequently say, "Here's your Nickelback."
Well, good for him. Good for him. He giving nickels back. Yeah, great. Hand people some change. I don't care. If it's got to do with Starbucks, you can just dump it in the toilet. Oh, wait a minute. You might spread some coronavirus if you do that.
From a Did You Know category, 8 out of 10 bartenders say they have been asked the question, do you want to get lucky?
8 out of 10 bartenders?
Yeah. And if you're one of the 2 that hasn't,
talk to Steve. He used to be a bartender.
You are one ugly dude.
Oh, dear.
Victoria's Secret sold men's underwear from 1985 to 1993. 73% of people have recycled the gift of candles.
Regifting, huh? Okay.
Study found that, if you live around a beagle, you need one all the time.
Yeah, send them here if you got one you don't want.
Study found that women are more attracted to guys that talk fast, possibly because it's a sign of confidence.
Okay.
Little man syndrome, I guess.
Have no clue. 2/3
of the time, we don't finish purchases in online shopping carts. 63% of women weigh themselves at least once a week. 18% of women say they can't live without their hair dryer. 16% of women say they can't live without their kids. And a recent survey, one-third of American workers said sniffing with a runny nose is the most annoying sound in the workplace.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, especially if it's
Why
constant.
would that be a problem?
Well, that particular sniff is more like somebody sniffing cocaine. You got to have that wet, runny stuff. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's annoying, especially if it's just constant. Yeah, it drives me crazy after a while.
And Pluto was discovered February 18th, 1930. It was the farthest dwarf planet from the sun, requiring it to go much farther distance than we are used to on Earth. I believe Pluto is 8 million miles away from the sun. We're 8 billion miles away from the sun. We're 93 million miles away.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, is Pluto a planet again, or is it still
I call it a planet. It's got 5 moons, and it has liquid under the ice, probably liquid nitrogen.
Take your word for it. I have no clue. I just know that somebody said, no, that's not a planet.
It has an atmosphere on it. Anyway, it takes 248 Earth years for Pluto to complete one rotation of its own around the sun. This places Pluto's first birthday since its discovery on Monday, March 23rd, 2178.
Great.
I'll be here for it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it myself. That's right.
All right. I haven't buzzed the Colonel in quite a while. And just to keep him in his place once in a while, we have to get our buzzer ready and see if that will be enough to take him down. All right, buzzer. Where's my thing? Copy. All right, these are slogans off, as they call it. These are slogans that television companies or those that advertise on television have advertised so much with quadrillions amounts of dollars to try to drive their signature line into your brain. And this is another experiment in the proving that television ads don't work for the most part.
Not anymore.
At least they're not worded in a way that they stick with the client. All right, here's number one. The best part of waking up is blank.
Folgers.
Where are my buzzers? Get it in there.
That Folgers coffee? No.
Don't you listen to our own intro every day?
No, I don't.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Oh, okay.
Trick question there. It was Folgers. Snap into a blank.
Snap into a blank.
Yeah.
Nope. Not ringing any bells.
Slim Jim.
Oh, okay. I used to eat those all the time.
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner?
Let me do that again. What's what? I can't get down today. What's for dinner?
No, I don't know. Steak, hopefully.
Well, ding. Stop right there. Beef. Close enough.
Is that like a beef industry ad or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm thinking maybe, some steakhouse, but okay. Yeah,
for a lot of years, they have the cattle awards there at the North Carolina State Fair.
Right, yeah.
And there's always one cow that's best in show.
The livestock thing. Yeah, most county fair or state fairs will do that.
And then that cow gets auctioned off.
Yeah.
And the one that always won it was Piggly Wiggly at 5 Points in Raleigh. And he was a client of my father's who was a lawyer. And every year my father said, "Did you get the cow?" And he says, "Yeah." He says, "I want to buy all of it." So he would buy the whole cow, and they cut it up and package it for him and bring it over.
Sure, yeah.
Never seen so much hamburger come out of a cow.
Yeah.
That's a tremendous amount.
Well, that's the way we used to get meat when I was a kid. You know, the farm, well, that's a long story, but you used to get it off one of the farms that my father grew up next to when he was a kid. You know, the lady there that was still running the farm, and she would, she'd have pigs and all kinds of livestock out there. That's where we'd go, get fresh stuff.
Yeah, it was about 2/3 beef products and, I'm sorry, 1/3 beef products and 2/3 hamburger. Because if it didn't go on the plate directly, it got ground up in hamburger. All right, let's see. Doing the do.
Doing the do.
You got to get this one.
I don't know. Head and Shoulders. I have no clue. Doing the do.
Give him a loud buzz on that one. They should have gotten this bad. Doing the do. Mountain Dew.
No, I never. Okay, fine.
The Fresh Maker.
The Fresh Maker? Fresh Maker.
You'll never get it. Mentos.
Okay.
All right, here are the modern ones, so you might stand a better chance. I haven't seen all these recently.
Yeah, right. Oh, those were the old ones?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the new ones probably not.
The brand you trust today and tomorrow.
The brand you trust today and tomorrow. I don't know, Levi's jeans or something.
It's a type of car.
Oh, Hyundai, Honda, I don't know.
No, on the right track, Toyota. America's fastest network for iPhones.
Fastest network for iPhones. Verizon or something.
Or something's close. AT&T.
All right, well, they're all the same to me. I don't know. None of them work well.
No contracts, no compromise.
Well, that could be Republic Phone, because that's what I have. No contracts with them.
Well, it's a type of that. This one's called Straight Talk Wireless.
Yeah, okay. There's several of them out there that have no contract.
A little surprise goes a long ways.
A little surprise.
You'll never get this. It's Clink Kinder Joy.
I don't even know what that is.
Me either. That's why I said that. And this one you should get.
Maybe.
Something very tasty. Better start with blank.
Better start with what?
Blank. And I'll go ahead and clue you in as a type of ice cream.
Better start with, I don't know, the only ice cream I don't have. The only ice cream I can remember is Blue Bonnet.
Blue Bonnet?
Yeah, Blue Bonnet ice cream. No?
No, it's Breyers.
Breyers ice cream? Yeah,
Breyers.
Okay. Better start with Breyers. Yeah, all right.
And those are your...
Now that I think about it, yes, I have seen Breyers in the freezer, but we don't use ice cream too much anymore.
Okay, well, let's go get some facts that everybody seems to enjoy every day. Here we go once again.
And now it's time for...
Random facts. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All righty, our random facts for today, and perhaps a spare. Yeah, easy for me to say. Kasumi Tezuka, the actor who played Godzilla.
Oh, wow.
In the, or Godzilla, in the first ever Godzilla movie in 1954, is still alive today at the age of 107.
Wow. He really would be moving like Godzilla now. Oh, man.
In the 1700s, people thought the platypus was a hoax, like we think Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster. People just thought it seemed too ridiculous that there was a venomous animal with a ducktail bill, an otter feet, and a beaver's tail.
Yeah, but the difference between the platypus and Bigfoot is we actually found the platypus.
Yeah. Helium doesn't increase the pitch of your voice. It just amplifies the higher pitch frequencies that are already there.
Okay.
It's been 52 years since a movie won an Oscar for Best Director, but nothing else. The Graduate did it in 1968.
Interesting.
And Thomas Jefferson's wife died before he became president, so their daughter was the first lady.
Right.
And that, my friends, was that from his white wife or one of his slaves?
That was his, yes, his daughter, his real daughter, married daughter. Never, the Sally Hemings thing, never married her, so, anybody there would be illegitimate, and I don't want to get into all of that DNA stuff there with Jefferson and the Hemings thing, because it's too convoluted to get into.
Did they ever prove it was his DNA?
They proved that, no, it's impossible to prove that it was Thomas Jefferson. In fact, because male DNA, XY chromosomes, XX chromosomes for women, etc., since he had, Sally Hemings had one son who, carried on his line. And evaluating that DNA proved that that son from Sally Hemings was not related to Jefferson, had no Jefferson DNA. But the daughters of Hemings did have Jefferson DNA. But since because it's XX chromosomes, there's no Y chromosome to specifically identify the male. So you can say a Jefferson and Sally Hemings had offspring, but you can't definitively prove that it was Thomas. That's, this is books have been written about this at this stage of the game. And and people are spinning around in their chairs right now, I'm sure, but by DNA, you cannot say Thomas Jefferson sired any children with Sally Hemings. You can say a Jefferson did, and there's, and then you can go into, these books of, like I said, there's several books already, or by now, that have been written about all this stuff. I'm not going to hash into it.
All right, well, we'll hash into a police captor.
Look at you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys.
All right, my friends, it's time once again. Start across the floor, open up our closet doors, look at all 30 Liberty safes, and we're going to mosey over to Liberty safe number 17 and open her up and let the colonel pick out the weapon of choice.
Oh, let's go with the Colt AR-10, and we'll give you a 20-round magazine for that. So
all right.
That ought to get you there.
Throw that over our shoulder, pin on our badge, grab 5 cans of whoop asses. Out we go in relentless pursuit of some stupid criminal news. Apparently, this guy's getaway strategy was hope the police get bored. A cop in Eugene, Oregon got a call at 3:30 in the morning on a Monday about a 39-year-old guy named Brandon Lee Jackson, who allegedly attacked and robbed a man at a 7-Eleven parking lot. And when the police eventually tracked Brandon down, he had climbed up atop of a very, very tall railroad crossing sign and was just perched up there naked. And he wasn't moving.
Like a sloth.
It was more than 12 hours before Brandon finally climbed down the pole and tried to make a run for it. A police dog got him first. Brandon put the dog in a headlock and punched it. The cops quickly called him after that and arrested him on several charges, including assault on a K-9 officer.
Yeah, there you go. Should be. Yeah.
All right. And that's your stupid criminal news for today, and so it goes for this Thursday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9, for a easy for me to say, TSIF. Thanks, Steve. It's Friday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airways, because they're the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. They've been supporting us for years, and they also support this station. So please give them first crack at your spending dollars, and let's support them as we emerge with the great comeback here in Moore County. And don't forget also, millions of Americans have fought and have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and the Leader Man and Nick and Colt the Dog will all see you at 2 this afternoon at the dog park.